Hi, good morning. Today's going to be a plant care day. So it's winter time and these guys don't really need a whole lot, but they've also kind of been neglected because it is winter. But I think just about everybody needs a good watering, and I have some plants that need trimming, but I really didn't want to. I wanted to wait till spring before I trimmed them up, but they needed to be done. They need to be done. So that's what we're gonna do today. I know this might be a weird place to start, but we're actually starting with my fish tank. I'm gonna seal some of their water because it actually is like pre-fertilized, you know. So I'm just gonna stick my jug in the top and fill it up and try and make sure I don't snatch any fishes in there. This is just an old milk jug that I save, or well, actually it's a water jug. Whatever, it looks like a milk jug. Yeah. There you go. Now I've got a gallon of pre-fertilized water. What I've done here is filled up my 2 little watering cans and then got a second jug of water. Another reason why I use the fish tank water is it's already pre-temped. They have a heater. It's good to go. I won't end up shocking my plants if I use too hot or too cold water. And if anybody was wondering, no, it doesn't smell. It looks dark, but I've never had a problem. Maybe it's because I live in my house and I smell it all the time, but I don't think it smells. Definitely a lot safer for your plants than using regular fertilizer or tap water, because the water in my fish tank is already dechlorinated as well. An issue a lot of people have with keeping houseplants is they either overwater or underwater them. And this right here is gonna be your magic wand. If you check this out, this is a water meter. It'll say from dry to wet. I usually try and water my plants when it's about at 2, and I want them to be somewhere between 7 and 10 after I water them. Now I need to go through with this guy and just see what everybody needs before I start just dumping water. I'm gonna start with this one. Just stick it down in the dirt. Oh yeah, see, he's good to go. I don't need to water this one right now. We're gonna probe a second spot just to make sure here. Yeah, that side's a little dry, but there's still plenty of moisture down in there. That one needs a little bit of water. That one needs water. Oops. I like this guy, because he's up there and he's huge, tends to not get watered a whole lot. Oh, just stick it down in there. You need some love. Right at 2. Perfect. That's where I want it, because I don't want it to be completely dry. If they're completely dry, then we got an issue. And if they're too sopping wet for too long, then we got an issue. All of my plants on these shelves also tend to get a little neglected because, well, I'm quite a short person. This is the shorter shelf, and it's almost taller than I am. So imagine me trying to get all the way up there to take care of those guys. I have to get out a step stool, and yeah. Part of the things that we're doing today is reorganizing plants, because some of these need a little bit more attention. I need to put them on the rack out in the living room where the grow lights are, and maybe put some plants up there that don't need as much attention and light. I'm gonna go through and finish probing the rest of my plants so I can get a game plan. And I'll meet you back here, which will be like maybe a millisecond for y'all. And now we water. Some of the guys we're gonna bottom water. It'll soak it up. Just fill it up and it soaks it all in. Not everybody needs a good water. Some of them we're just gonna give a little splash to. This guy is coming out of dormancy. He needs a real good drink. He was dry. See, these leaves are all crumply, but if you look closely, there's a new one coming in. Normally I soak my orchid, but we're just gonna splash some in there for now. Yeah, and that's one bucket empty already. These are my herbs. When I went through and checked, this side was still wet, but this side is dry. So I'm thinking this oregano and that sage are much thirstier plants. So I'm just going to water this one side. And we got our Peperomia Ruby Cascade. Just needs a little bit. He likes to be a little dry. That one doesn't need any water, but usually it's really thirsty, so it does need a real good trim though. This is my shelf in my bedroom. Some of these don't really like a whole lot of water. Like this guy will go, boop, done. This one's a little thirsty. Christmas cactus. Look at these flowers. They're beautiful little flowers and they're super soft. That guy needs a lot of water. He was thirsty. Just empty that. Oh, second one down. This guy was really thirsty too. The pineapple doesn't actually need any water, but I'm gonna give him some anyways, because quite a bit of growth coming out lately. This guy is also a desert plant, so it only needs a quick splash. My special babies in their little terrarium. I'm just gonna, there we go, splash right there in the back. Let me check our water level on our rocks. We're gonna need more water in there, but that's what keeps the humidity up. If you look, I've got a humidifier and a thermometer. It's actually kind of cold in there. Uh-oh, that's not good. There's a humidity meter on top and a thermometer. Outside of it, it's 38% humidity. And on the inside, we're at 78% humidity. Let's just add some water on the inside and the rocks. Okay. But if you've got some tricky plants, an open air dude like this, or even you can use a bucket like that, and some rocks at the bottom, it's a good idea. Good idea. These I did just water recently because they were looking a little dry, but let's give them a quick drink anyways, because they weren't like fully good to go. I love these guys. This guy's huge too. But they can get real big. Nice and perky. Well, this guy's not. See, that's how I knew it was thirsty. It started to turn yellow and droop down real fast, and I was like, no, water, quick, stat. These guys go really from happy to thirsty, like, bam. These guys outside don't usually need a whole lot of water, except for my little lemon tree, another one of my monstera. But everybody else is desert plants, and it's been raining a lot lately. They actually, oh, you're okay, you're not squishy. A good way to figure out whether or not your cactus are unhappy, you give them a good squish. Same thing with these guys. This is an elephant bush. The leaves are like little succulents. You give them a good squish and they're okay. This guy actually loved it. He was looking a little wrinkly and it rained and he puffed out real big. So is this one. Maybe I should consider giving them more water. I love how it's got a little bit of a blue hue. It's awesome. I love it. And then this guy, you'll know he needs water. You just look at the little leaf, and if it starts puckering, like, because they hold their water in their leaves. And if they start puckering or looking just a little shriveled, that's when you water it. And you wait for the plant to tell you when it needs water. These guys all along here are kind of dormant for the winter. They don't need any water. They don't need anything. Still got some little succulent leaves holding on. It's been really cold lately, and I'm surprised these haven't completely died off. I think that's why he's turning red. He's just not happy. It's not supposed to be red. Same thing with that guy over there. He lives his best life on his own. I don't need to do anything. Occasionally I water during the summer when it gets hot. And same thing with my giant aloe vera. Thing's massive. You a massive, massive beast. And I love you for it. I am really happy about my little lemon tree though. He was dying. I got it. Like all these bright green leaves are all new leaves. We're gonna give him a lot of love. In the spring, I'm gonna trim back these branches, so hopefully it'll grow back bushier. And this guy. And that's it. Everybody else can just live their best life. I don't need to water them. Now it's time to take care of the tricky ones. I have to pull that guy down and some of the other guys on the shelf. I love my plants, I do. I love my plants, I love my plants, I love my plants, I love my plants. I love my plants. Okay. These guys are some of my plants that need a little extra love and a good rinsing down. Like this guy, oh, he's so sad. I don't know what I did. I underwatered, that's the issue. I underwatered. This guy's still just a little baby. This is catnip. This one needs a lot of love. Clean up all the dead stuff. Let's turn the shower on. I'm only gonna turn it on to, you know, cool. That's also a reason why I have 2 shower heads, so I can make sure everybody gets water. I'm gonna let that run for about 30 minutes. Let all the dust get rinsed off and make sure the plants get a nice good soaking. I did a little rearranging. I pulled this one down from there. It kind of ruins my illusion of height. Now it's at a more easier spot for me to take care of it, and it'll get more light until I get grow lights up there. I got my little snake plant that was down below. Meet my dear tree bird. I love him. He's actually quite big. Like, I could get lost in here, you know? He needs a little bit of love. He's got some dust on his leaves. You gotta make sure you get the dust off so they can photosynthesize better. But usually he'll go in the shower with the other plants, but he doesn't actually need any water right now. We're just gonna dust his leaves and trim up the little brown ends. See this? He got a little underwatered too. Sometimes I neglect my plants during the winter, but it's also a bit of a normal cycle for them, and I don't know why I obsess, but I just always trim off the dying parts just to give them a little. I know it happens, but I don't really want to look at it all the time, you know? Just trim off the brown. Do that with all of the leaves. To dust, I'm gonna take my handy dandy neem oil, which is really good for your plant as well. You want to see any of that? Yeah, look at that. Kills all those things real good, and it'll make your leaves shiny. Just gonna spray some on a paper towel, wipe my leaf down. Look at that. Beautiful. Just gonna do a quick wipe on all of them. If I don't get all the dust off, then I don't get all the dust off. It needs to happen every once in a while. Like I said, usually he goes into the shower and all the dust gets rinsed off. A little bit of neem oil every once in a while is good too. I had a bit of a spider mite outbreak on some of my herbs not too long ago, and I sprayed it down with neem oil and bam, spider mite's gone. This is a good time to investigate your plants. Every once in a while you should do that, just to, you know, see how they're doing, see if you see any pests that you didn't catch before, or maybe like the beginning of a pest problem that you can take care of it right away before it becomes like a real noticeable problem. All that dust and dirt that's coming off his leaves. He's gonna be a happy plant, aren't you, tree bird? He's the only one that does he's the only plant that has a name and a personality. I don't know why. But he's tree bird, man. He's not even actually a tree, but I call him my bedroom palm. Now this kind of stuff is not stuff that I do very often. Sit here and done a deep clean and a watering of all of my plants in a couple months. Usually I just check how they're all doing, you know, every day. Like if I just kind of visually walk by and like, oh, you look like you're a little dry, you know, or oh, you know, your leaves are starting to not look as fluffy as they used to. You know, so, and I touch my plants a lot. Like I'll touch the leaf, and you know, especially the succulents, if they don't feel the way that they're supposed to feel, then it's like, there's something going on here. We need to do something about that. And usually it's water, they need water. I used to be a really bad overwaterer, but now I'm kind of a really bad underwaterer. But also it's winter, so it's like, I give them a break, I give myself a break. They get to slow down and reset. There you go. I didn't wipe them all off, but most of them, you can photosynthesize better. I gotta go through and trim up some of those little dry, scraggly parts. That's my tree bird. All right, let's see if these guys need any attention. Got some little twiggy dudes coming along here. Pretty much gonna do the same thing to all of these guys. Check and trim dead leaves, rinse the dust off, and I think a couple of these are actually going to go into the bedroom on that shelf. Go into the bedroom. Next time this guy needs a real good watering, it's going to go into the shower. I don't think there's much more I need to do here. There's a couple little dead leaves that I can pick off. But other than that, everybody's good to go. This guy here is a freaking beast. You see how big it is? The only thing I'm gonna do is get up there and rotate it so the backside gets light. These guys are done soaking. I just gotta give them a good 20 minutes or so to let all the water drain through before I can start messing around with them and putting them back. I pour a little catnip. It'll perk up in a little bit, but we need to get all of this stuff. All right. Okay, there it is. Not such a sad boy anymore. I trimmed up, got out as much of the dead foliage as I can. Still little pieces here and there. I topped it, so hopefully it'll start getting bushier instead of growing really long and viney. And I'm gonna put this catnip up on the shelf. Kitty cat's gonna be a little upset, but I think it needs a break from her digging and chewing on it. Give it a chance to get nice and big and full again like it used to be. This little sad boy isn't that bad. I got some yellowing leaves from underwatering. We're just gonna trim these off real quick and he'll be fine. All right, all good. This one's a really sad boy, and I feel so bad. It used to be this huge, beautiful plant, completely full in the top. I even took cuttings off of it to propagate. It really took a hit when I got sick, and then it just kept getting hit. But now we're gonna clean her up and put her under the grow lights, and hopefully it won't be a sad, sad plant no more. We got two little baby leaves showing up, so that's nice. I don't know if I should cut these off. It's already missing a lot of foliage. This plant is gonna take a lot of time to recuperate. I hurt it bad. I kind of want to chop the ends off to see if it'll put out any new growth from the nodes. See, like this stem right here is only one leaf. One leaf and the new baby leaf. Same thing here. There's only one leaf here, one leaf here. We're gonna chop off the newest leaf here. And then hopefully, because we got a node here, got a node there, maybe we'll get some new foliage coming out of this. I'm gonna have to wait till it gets big enough so I could propagate it, so I can start filling in all this empty space. Like you could see, there used to be something here, there used to be something here, something here, there. There's a couple, like 3 branches that were cut off here. Used to be such a nice big plant. I'm gonna take better care of you. So that's it for winter plant care. I won't have to do anything with these guys until March. And then I've got trimming to do, fertilizing to do. A couple of these guys need to be repotted, but that's it. You know, everybody's happy-ish and good to go. So thank you for joining me and looking at all my plants. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.